Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead. Going to take a little bit of a break from the chores at the house and share with you how I did on my disaster relief money. So if you've been following the channel, you know that our Christmas tree farm saw the record heat. I mean, not just record heat, but blew the doors off record heat. As in my farm, the hottest day it had ever seen before was 104 degrees. It got to 118 degrees and last year, and that was during the growing season, not when the trees were supposed to be going dormant, but it was in June when the trees are still supposed to be growing. So it just devastated my Christmas trees. And so I have tried in years past. I contacted the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, and asked if I could get crop insurance, because I'd had other farmer friends say you can get crop insurance through the USDA. Well, I talked to them, and it turns out that's not true. You could get crop insurance if you are a food crop, but they said for Christmas trees we wouldn't do it, and they were recommending me other places that were private. But private insurance companies are in the business of making money. They insure you against great loss, but they need to make money, so you end up paying them more than you end up getting back. That's how it works. The USDA is trying to protect farmers, and especially our food sources. So my friends that did food crops, they said that they would get more money back every year than they paid in for crop insurance. So I tried to get crop insurance for the Christmas trees, couldn't do it. So anyway, when all my trees died in the heat last year, I thought, well, that's it. And I couldn't get insurance, and I didn't have insurance, so they're just a loss. And it's just part of farming. You have some bad years where you lose a lot, and you have some good years. So I was ready to go. And then my brother calls me, was going to his son's college football game, and he was riding with his father-in-law, who now is a county agent for the USDA, and said, your brother can get relief for his Christmas trees. And so Glenn calls me and he says, you can get, and I said, no, I can't. I've tried to get insurance. There is no insurance. And so he texts me back, no, he's pretty sure you can get some money. And I said, no, I've investigated this, I can't. But it turns out I didn't have insurance, but the USDA has disaster relief funds. And so after talking to my brother's father-in-law, no relation of mine technically, then I contacted the area representative, the hub, which is in Goldendale, Washington, which is not really close to us. It's on the other side of the mountains. But they said, yeah, we could potentially do that. So anyway, they made me show me the loss. They came out. I had to designate a map of my farm and put blocks and what percentage of trees I lost. But I had planted 2,000 trees last year, and I lost 1,970 of them. I had 30 trees survive out of all of last year. And so I gave them that, and I showed them some of the other trees that have died. And anyway, so they saw the loss. They documented it with pictures and everything. And then they said, okay, save your receipts and expenses for replanting. So I saved my receipts and listed my expenses, and we got to count some of our own hours. They only allowed us to count $15 an hour for our own hours, so our labor was getting paid more than us. But anyway, I turned in expenses to replant my 2,000 trees of a little over $4,000, because that's about what it costs anyway, about $2 a tree to get replanted. They said I could count the cost of the trees, labor, field preparation, all those other things. And so I had a little over $4,000 in receipts I turned in. I turned those in. They came back just a few weeks ago and saw that all the trees were replanted, checked the receipts, and I just got payments of $2,248 in reimbursements for disaster relief. This is insurance I didn't even pay for. It's just through the USDA, and because we had a natural disaster, it happened. So, and I called them back and I said, I turned in, you said I could claim expenses up to $4,300, and I had $4,100 I think I turned in. I said, how come I only got 22? And they said, well, sorry for the misunderstanding. We can only pay out 65% of whatever. Then there's a fee that had to come off of that. But anyway, I did get $2,200 and almost $2,250 back, which is better than a sharp stick in the eye. I did not pay an insurance premium. This is just government aid, disaster relief, because we had a natural disaster. So anyway, I hope that helps you. If you find reasonable Christmas tree insurance, let me know. There are private companies that do it, and it's quite expensive, and they only insure, they don't want to insure the first year plantings, which are the ones that you're most likely to lose. So Anyway, that's my story. I was happy to get some of that back, get me started, get my trees growing again. So thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching, including horticulture, is my job, and outdoor projects are my passion. Be blessed, everyone. Hope your trees don't die on you. And I hope mine take off and do well this year.